welcome to the Pit Crew podcast. These are our predictions for this weekend's Hungarian Grand Prix. Now, the Hungarian Grand Prix is typically a circuit that is very hard to overtake on, and teams that like it, usually Mercedes like it, Hamilton loves it. He's won here so many times in his career. It's a relatively high downforce circuit. It's not the biggest speed. The only straights are on the main straight. There aren't really many other directly straight fast sections. So I think that the fastest team is going to be Mercedes, then followed by Red Bull. Red Bull and Mercedes may have a little battle. Then you're going to have the clump of McLaren, Ferrari, Racing Point, followed by Renault, Alfa Romeo, Haas, and Williams, and of course AlphaTauri. They're all in the lower half clump. Now, what do you think about the performance order, Dylan?
I think Mercedes, like you, will be number one, and then Red Bull number two. I think McLaren could be number three, because Carlos has had points, I think, since he started at Hungary. Fourth will be Ferrari, and then Racing Point, Renault, and just the other backmarkers, AlphaTauri, Haas and Williams.
Okay, yep. Both in agreement there. Nothing too surprising. Now, this has been recorded on a early Saturday morning, so we have seen FP2 and FP1 results, which is why we're not going to be predicting it. And I'd say that is coming true relatively from that. So don't take much of our word for it. We did, have a little peek at what had actually happened, but currently, as of recording, it's 12 o'clock, so qualifying has not happened. So my qualifying top five: Hamilton, Verstappen, Bottas, Sainz, and Perez. Interesting. Compared to, that's similar to last weekend. Dylan, do you have any disagreements with my order of qualifying predictions?
Well, Max was strong at Hungary last year, so I think
he got his first career pole there, didn't he? So he could be strong.
He could be doing it again. I think the Mercedes are quicker though, so Lewis and Bottas, Verstappen, maybe Carlos, and then Albon fifth.
The Red Bulls, I did forget about Albon. I think he's underrated. I'd like to see him up there. He's quite unlucky, and we've seen that him and Lewis having their collisions. Now, onto the race. My prediction for the podium, as much as I wouldn't like to see it, Hamilton coming on top in P1, and then P2, Verstappen, could be Bottas, but I'm leaning more towards the side of Verstappen, and then P3, either going to be the other pair of Verstappen or Bottas. So I think I'm going to go Hamilton, Verstappen, Bottas for the podium on Sunday. What do you think, Dylan?
I'm going to switch second and third, so I think Bottas second and Verstappen third, and Lewis number one.
Mercedes 1-2
again.
Yeah, okay. So fastest lap, it's quite an easy thing to predict. Usually it's the race winner, unless it's unusual, like with Lando at the Austrian GP 2 weekends ago. I think it's just going to be my race winner, Lewis Hamilton. Dylan, I presume you're going to say the same thing?
I think Hamilton. Verstappen. He might be. I'm just taking.
He is quick round there.
From last year, he was quick, so I think he might be able to get fast as that.
Biggest disappointment of the weekend. It's a running trend. We said this last week.
Could be anything.
The Ferraris could be disappointing. If McLaren don't do as well as they have done, it could be just a disappointment, because they could score some points and that'd be great for a high midfield team. But not to have them getting those P3s, P4s. They could be there, but I'm going to go with maybe the Ferraris and maybe a Williams. They may come close to points again, and it may go wrong like last week. And so Ferrari or Williams for my biggest disappointment. Dylan,
I'm
how do you
going.
think
Well, it's
play
going
out?
to be the same pretty much every weekend. Ferrari, I think, because they're just not on the
Yeah,
pace this year. We need to think of something
they're
else.
bringing upgrades. They're bringing upgrades. I think to this week. They brought upgrades last week as well, but they
Didn't
didn't seem
show.
to take much effect. Biggest surprise. I mean, it's not surprising anymore that the racing points are coming
Quick.
out on top. Maybe a Williams point scoring. The Alfa Romeos, they're getting better. So I think Williams scoring some points for the first time in a while. Maybe a little surprise. Dylan, any surprises that you think will happen in the race?
I'd like to see one of the AlphaTauris going higher up, maybe.
Yeah, that
Particularly
livery deserves a nice place in the TV footage. Now, will there be a safety car? Uh, I can't really remember last year's race at the Hungaroring. Um, it I don't think there was a safety car, or there might have been. I don't know. Click clack from Dylan, frantically googling that. I don't think there'll be a safety car. It's a circuit where overtaking is hard, so I personally think that it's not going to be the most nail-biting race like we did to have at Austria 2 weekends ago. So I'm going with no safety car. What about you, Dylan?
I don't think there will be either. Well, anything could happen as usual. So I think no safety car like you.
Yeah, I agree. And that brings us to the end of our Hungarian GP predictions. There is nothing more for us to do, just watch and see whether our predictions come true. Now, on Monday, we will be back with the full race report uploaded to my and Dinner's channel. Be sure to check out the other one, depending on where you are watching this. We hope you have enjoyed. I've been Ed.
And I've been Dylan. Bye.
Goodbye.